Deep inside the hostile geography of Iranian terrain, a recent U.S. operation confronted an immediate crisis. A tactical mission was suddenly interrupted when an American aircraft was brought down in the middle of enemy territory. The stakes instantly shifted from strategic objectives to human survival. One pilot, isolated and hunted behind enemy lines. In that moment, a foundational military ethos activated. It is the absolute promise that no soldier is left behind. This vow forms the baseline of military trust. A nation tells its personnel that they will never be abandoned, a commitment that demands and inspires exceptional courage. This visualization tracks the massive scale of the rescue effort mounted to fulfill that promise. Hundreds of individual military assets were deployed and directed towards one isolated target. An extraction of this magnitude requires complex, multi-layered deception tactics to confuse hostile radar and ground forces. It also requires immense overarching risk. Entire squadrons are placed in the line of fire to secure a single coordinate. But an underlying tension emerges here. The military is applying extraordinary force to undo the consequences of crossing into that territory in the first place. The rescue itself is an act of heroism, yet it raises a difficult question: whether the success of an extraction can truly balance the strategic cost of the mission that required it. Pulling off an extraction like this proves a high level of operational capability. It demonstrates the raw tactical skill to execute a difficult mission under fire. Effective warfare requires strategic coherence, the requirement that a military must fight smart, ensuring every action aligns with a logical objective. This equation illustrates the mechanics of strategic coherence. It relies on a strictly linear and proportional approach, where cause, action, and consequence carry equal weight. But watch what happens when the action variable expands faster than the initial objectives. The calculus breaks down. When the response outgrows the original intent, the line between a necessary tactical move and a dangerous demonstration of power begins to blur. When capability outpaces coherence, the initial purpose is eclipsed. The conflict becomes a disproportionate display of force rather than a necessary solution. We can trace this breakdown chronologically in the Iran operation, starting with a localized entry into hostile airspace. That single, isolated entry instantly ignites an uncontrolled chain reaction across the entire region, forcing a rapid escalation into a much larger direct confrontation. We hit a severe operational paradox. The massive response required simply to pull friendly forces out of danger entirely supersedes the original intent of the mission. The human cost of this blurred line is heavy. Lives are saved in the heroic extraction effort, but lives are lost in the expanded conflict required to achieve it. A broken strategic calculus takes a mission that was meant to be controllable and turns it into a cycle of escalation. If we zoom out from the isolated battlefield, the broader consequences come into focus. Modern conflicts are too interconnected to remain contained. The immediate macro-level ripple effect of this operation touches the surrounding borders, destabilizing regional peace. Then the secondary systemic impacts hit. Disproportionate military escalations send immediate shocks through supply chains and disrupt global economic balance. A broken tactical equation places both the soldier on the ground and the entire interconnected world in a state of geopolitical uncertainty. The tactical baseline is clear. The principle of leaving no man behind is a non-negotiable vow that must endure. But honor demands a second, equally critical vow. Wars must only be fought for clear, proportional, and just outcomes. Military operations cannot be launched or escalated merely to prove raw capability or to project abstract power onto an adversary. True military strength is defined by the commitment to bring every soldier home, and the strategic accountability that ensures the path putting them in danger was worthy of the cost.